Welcome to the CORE IAS. Next question in this mains answer writing series is on IR, international relation. Question is, the past cannot be a guide to the future. The global situation that made India's middle ground policy possible has altered. Rivalries among nations have intensified. There is virtual elimination of the middle ground in global politics, and it has become far more adversarial than at any time previously. In this backdrop, India needs to rework many of its policies in the coming years. Discuss. When we see IR question, it seems they are very tough. But if we are able to break down the question and able to think point related with those keywords, then IR questions are quite easy. If we see this question is saying past cannot guide the future. And the global situation which was there in the past and which guided India's middle policy ground means not taking any side. That has changed. And present contention is rivalry among nations have intensified, and in this future there is virtual elimination of middle ground. There is no possibility for that. And in this backdrop, India need to replan or rework many of its policies in the future. Question is paper 2, international relation. Question is quite tough. Let's break down each word. Past cannot be guide to the future. So question is saying situation in the past and India's policy in the past which made it possible middle policy ground. Middle policy ground means your non-alignment. Middle ground means not taking part in Cold War and at the same time maintaining its relationship with USA and Russia. Middle ground means adverse relation with China, but not that much that they are directly confronting. And this middle policy grounds were possible in the past because intense rivalry was not there in the past. But right now in future we have to talk about what will be the condition in the future in foreign policy arena. If we see protectionism is increasing, rivalry are intense. There is a triangle of Russia-USA rivalry, USA-China rivalry, and Russia-China are coming together. And in this context, what should be India's policy? If we see future, then China's role in the global politics and how its BRI acting as a powerhouse to attract many of the countries, and what should be India's option in that context, whether go for China or whether go alone. If it go alone, there is no clear-cut way. But there is also no ground that it can adopt middle ground. Then future. In future, we can also think about disruptive technologies. And Israel, China, USA are powerhouse of disruptive technology, AI, drone. And in that disruptive technology, what should be the option for India? If we are able to break down these words, then only we will be able to answer this question. This question is all about discussion. This question is not like we have a 1 point, we can remember 3 or 4 points and we can write. In this question, we can link also Nepal relation, India neighborhood relation, India Nepal relation, India Maldives relation. India Maldives are coming closer right now, but Nepal and Sri Lanka are going away. And what should be the future course of action for India, because it has to rework and replan, because future is not same as the past. Similarly, Chabahar angle and USA's clear-cut direction and sanction on Iran and effects on other countries, on what should be the ground and how India can rework and replan, because USA or Iran is on radar of USA and Chabahar is very much important for India. How or what study should India adopt in context to Iran, where this middle policy will not work? So in this way, this question will be handled. So in this question, initially we will write how the past was there in foreign policy arena and India's policy of middle ground, where it was not taking any sides and dexterously it has handled all the situation and navigated in that adverse situation and made its foreign policy success. Now, future and present condition. In future also, we can divide future, near-term future, mid-term future, long-term future, if we can think of. And in that future, the intense rivalry among nations, we can prove this with protectionism, we can prove this with trade war, which is going among the nation. We can prove this with Chabahar and USA angle. And we can also prove this with Paris climate talk and recent Katowice talk and what is going on. In this future, why is it not possible to take a middle ground? Like if current situation we see, India-US relations are very much close, and at extreme level, USA has put India on par with NATO ally, and it is a non-NATO ally which is being favored by China, being by USA as per with NATO country, but it will be seen by Russia in a negative light. Similarly, when we procured S-400 from Russia, USA has seen from rivalry point of view. But what should be the course of action? And by discussing this, we will attack on what should be the future rework plan. Future rework plan should be India have to adopt its strategy on disruptive technology, because that is the coming future. India has to grow. India has to boost its economy, because economic power, whose powerhouse will drive the foreign policy arena of the future. And in rework and replan strategy, India can also talk about taking like-minded nation with it and delving into the future foreign policy course arena. And in this way, we can write this question. This question, when we see at first glance, it seems tough, but it is very easy. Here we have to attack past to the future, and why in the past or how in the past there was a middle policy ground for us. Now, future policy scenario, future context of the world global politics, how rivalry intensified, protectionism, trade war, And we can also link here liberalism and how countries are defining liberalism in their own way and how it will impact global policy, and why in this situation middle policy will not be possible. If this is not possible, and in this disruptive technology there will be another challenge, how India should rework or replan. And for this we can talk about multilateralism, we can give reference to RCP, TPP, but although in TPP India is not there, RCP, reform in UN, we can give reference to India's technological development in disruptive technology and India's economic growth. In this way we can handle this question. This question will be best attempted in paragraph format, not in word format. Thank you.